that joke?
What is it?
Me trying to sleep on Friday. My upstairs neighbor.
Yeah.
Oh, that was upstairs neighbor?
Yes, I think that was an upstairs neighbor who was just wearing like a solid concrete slippers.
Yeah, we just started recording it.
And moving slippers and So how are you gentlemen doing?
I am doing good. Everything is fine.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite fast week.
No, that's funny. It was 1st of December and then
Now it's
it's
26.
Christmas
Mm,
and then you're like, wait, the month is gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just went by just like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mr. Johan, what's up?
Oh, nothing much.
Huh?
I've been eating a lot, gaining a lot of weight.
You know, before you talk about food, someone told me that we never did introduce ourselves when we started this whole thing. Like no one knows who we are.
Next
Oh.
episode, we're going to talk about ourselves.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, why are you eating a lot of food?
It's Christmas, man. You get food, you get invited to lunches and dinners and all that. A lot.
I didn't get invited anywhere. I guess I don't have friends. So
Oh.
I'll just live my sad life.
Yeah. You should invite him.
I
man.
know. I thought I had friends, but clearly nobody likes me. So,
Of course.
yeah. So I've been trying this thing. I'm trying to eat more healthy. Like I'm
Interesting.
trying to eat less bread.
Are you cooking?
No.
How are you eating health?
Salads, very basic
Okay.
to make. So you may get some cucumbers, get some cherry tomatoes, I'm eating more vegetables and less. Though I mean, from time to time, it happens that I eat bread or whatever. And
What cooks?
you cook?
I cook.
Yeah, what do you
I
cook?
cook a lot.
You look like someone who cooks really bad food.
No, man. I cook very good food, very tasty food.
He says he cooks very tasty food.
Yeah, because I like the food that I prepare.
Of course you're going to like it. Like, what option do you have? You can't cook food and then you're like, I don't like this food that I
I'm
cook.
a very foodie person, so in case I did something or I prepared something which is not tasty, I will definitely not eat that. Yeah.
Oh,
And speaking of food, so a lot of people eat unhealthy food.
correct.
And the reason for a lot of people eating unhealthy food is because they don't have access to healthy food.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, unhealthy food, especially in developed country like where we are, unhealthy food tends to be very cheap
Yeah.
and also way more accessible than healthy food.
Correct.
Think of it like this. You leave your job in the evening and you go home. It's a lot easier to call McDonald's and order, a burger or whatever, than to go and prepare a salad or something like that. So it's more convenient and easier to access. So a lot of people end up just eating unhealthy stuff.
Yeah, and the offers that you get. Let me clarify this. Fast food
Yeah.
is not necessarily
Unhealthy.
bad food or unhealthy food. That is fast food, healthy fast food. Yeah? But the thing is, it's so accessible, like you said. You get offers all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. 50% off this, buy one, get one, and all that. So it has become so accessible.
Yeah.
We tend to not tire ourselves
Yeah.
by cooking stuff,
Yeah. You don't even think about it
Yeah.
Correct.
unless you're lucky like one who cooks.
Yeah, I'm actually fed up with food or fast food outside, so that's the reason why I start cooking. From lockdown, actually, I start cooking continuously until today. So I prefer to do not eat outside or do not order anything from any fast food, especially in night. So I always prepare food.
Oh, that's actually brilliant.
No, I have something which just Ronald said: unhealthy food and healthy food. Honestly, I think maybe even at home, if you prepare food, you might prepare unhealthy food.
Yeah,
Correct.
It's
it's
not
entirely
necessary
possible.
to be. Yeah, the thing for me, people always saying that I'm a skinny person.
You're naturally skinny.
Yeah, that's my nature. So even if I eat a lot, sometimes I eat a lot. I mean, close friends and you know very well that I eat a lot. In
But you
fact,
don't
he
gain
called
weight.
me. Yeah, in fact, he called me food. So.
I get this guy. He could eat 5 kilos of pizza per day and he gains zero.
Zero. So honestly, I don't know healthy food and unhealthy food.
Yeah.
I don't count calories and whatever.
No, this is what I mean by unhealthy food. There's a lot of processed food that's really just not good for you. So it could have, like, if you've ever read a bottle of ketchup and you look at the ingredients,
Correct.
it's sugar and salt and sugar and more salt, and then a little more sugar and then a little more salt, then more sugar. So it's just sugar, salt, and then a drop of water and some coloring, and that's it.
Yeah.
Nutella, very, very popular.
Yeah.
The thing is like 50% sugar.
Yeah.
So if you think about unhealthy food, so back in the day, these industries started having this argument about which food was unhealthy. And the sugar industry was trying to blame fat for people getting fat, when in reality, that's not exactly the case.
Yeah.
Sugar is known to be a little more dangerous than that. But because they're making so much money out of the industry and by people having sugar, they're like, we might as well lie to people and get them to eat more sugar. And governments support them because of this. So that's why you see soda everywhere. You see, like in Mexico, there's a time when it was so bad. Again, this is a whole other topic for another day. Nestle and how they monopolize water. In Mexico, it was so bad that kids, when they felt thirsty, they'd be given soda instead of being given water. It got so bad that Mexico became the country with the most problems with obesity. So it's just unhealthy food everywhere from when people are kids. And processed food is addictive.
Correct.
I was reading that not salt, sugar. Sugar stimulates the same part of your brain that cocaine does.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've never taken cocaine, so I don't know. But I've taken lots of sugar in my life.
Yeah.
So, if you take sugar, the chances of you getting addicted to it is just as high as getting addicted to cocaine, which every human being knows is very addictive.
Yeah.
So you eat all these hamburgers, they have sugar in it. Ketchup, there's a little bit of sugar. Nutella, there's a little bit of sugar. So it's all just addictive. That's why you see so many people walking around with heart disease and there's so many problems.
Yeah, but what about people who like to eat whatever they like?
You can like to eat whatever you want until you end up in a hospital.
See, if I'd say, like, if you like to eat whatever you like, at least you should work out. But the bigger problem is we don't work out anymore. Like, people don't work out anymore. People buy a gym membership and they never go because you don't have time. Whereas you're all tied up with your work and all that stuff. You're stuck in traffic and sometimes you just don't want to go.
Because you're tired at the end of the day. You're just plain tired.
Correct. So if you really like to eat a lot, I'd say just
be a little more active.
Yes. Or if you have access, like if you're living in a country like this, instead of buying the cheapest burger you get, buy a slightly better, maybe a organic variant or something like that of a burger.
But then you see, that's again where the other problem comes in. Healthy food, like I said in the beginning, is a little more expensive.
Correct.
So the people with the lowest income are the ones who get affected by this. They're the ones, and they're the same ones who don't have proper healthcare because they just don't have the money for it. They can't access healthy food because it's more expensive. So they end up eating unhealthy food and then they fall sick and then they don't have access to healthcare. So for them, it's just damned if you do, damned if you don't. You can't afford good food, therefore you fall sick. You fall sick, you can't get proper healthcare. So you just, either way, you're screwed.
Correct.
So
it's coming to a scary point where the industry actually wants this because they want to supply cheaper food. They want people to get sick, so they buy medicine. It's like a big part of a conspiracy theory, but
and something you could do that would probably get you murdered if you have a death wish. Just go to a supermarket and record a video of you reading the ingredients of any product on the shelf. Just record and talk about it. Just tell them, this is a jar of this product. It has this much sugar. It has this much this. Please tell me if this is healthy for you. Versus how it's marketed. Like all these people market orange juice as being healthy. And then you go and look at it. It's not actual orange juice. It's just concentrate.
Right.
So it's just, there's unhealthy food everywhere. And it's not that healthy food is not cheap. It's actually not expensive. But because of the way the industry is structured and the way and what they want you to consume, it's skewed towards being more expensive. So if I wanted to buy a bunch of bananas, for example, it's going to cost a lot more than buying a can of Coke.
Correct.
So,
correct.
Simple as that.
Yeah, and one thing I just with the advancement of technology, we are getting better ways to cook food.
Yeah.
I just recently bought an air fryer because I remember looking at air fryers when I was working in Carrefour. They used to cost like 800 dirhams. Now you can buy one for like 100 dirhams.
Yeah.
So it's so cheap, and you're using almost no oil. If you don't want to add any oil, you can cook fried food without any oil. So I told about this to my brother, and he bought one, and they're enjoying it. So if you have access to something like that, I mean, always baked food is better than fried food.
Yeah.
Air fryer is a very accessible way of baking food, and it's so quick. And I don't know how to cook, but I just put stuff in it, close it, and boom, it's done. Yeah.
I think the closer food is to its natural state, the healthier and better for you it is.
Correct.
The more processed it is, anything that goes through a process just degrades as it goes along. So it would be easier for you to eat vegetables straight off the farm, but is it accessible? Probably not. So that's just what it is. And all I can say is try to eat healthy.
Yeah. Very important thing about eating healthy is once you get sick, until you get sick, you can eat whatever you want. Yeah. But once you get sick, it's just going to continue. Your life is going to be completely changed. So we don't understand it until we become sick, right?
Yeah.
And I was watching this thing on a documentary, I think on CNN back in the day. So like in America, one of the reasons poorer people tend to have heart diseases and all these things is because they don't have access to healthy food for two reasons. One, the cost. Two, places where they sell fresh vegetables tend to be out in the rich parts of the city.
Right.
So for poor people, they have to take like 2-3 buses to get there, just to buy the food. So the food is not only more expensive, it's physically a bigger distance away from you. So it's just way more trouble going to get healthy food. So you might as well just call, Papa John's and order some pizza.
Correct.
Life goes on.
So what Johan said, unless you don't feel sick, then basically you will just eat whatever you like, correct? Since I was 9 months, I had a stomach problem. Since 9 months. What you call that thing which they put a camera and they will put through the mouth to go out and here to check?
It's
like it's not a surgery.
No, it's not an endoscope. Is it an ectoscope?
Maybe.
Something that I would like to avoid.
Something I'd not
It is
like
actually a camera.
They put it through
the throat and then it goes until here.
I think it's
to check what's going on
there.
there.
It's a scope, some sort of scope.
So my stomach opening, it was actually a bit closed with something, right? So that by time it's going more and more and more until it get fully open.
Okay.
So I had that problem until I became around, I think 18, 17. Then from that time until now, disappeared. But sometimes when I eat like a lot and I mixed in a day I eat like a burger, maybe some kebab, maybe some soup, bread, everything. At the night I might have like little pains, but the thing is, the sweet part is when you eat and you feel full. I'm like,
it's the taste. Remember the sugar we were talking about? That's exactly what you feel.
Sugar is actually the most addictive substance on the planet.
It's cola. If you see the Coca-Cola itself, it is actually very addictive.
Don't talk about Coca-Cola.
Why?
They will shoot
They
you
will
there.
not sponsor us.
Okay, sponsorship will be the smallest one. They will show up to your doorstep and shoot you.
This is what I like about this show, because we don't have any sponsors. We can talk about
say
it.
whatever we want. Like what are they going to do? Not sponsor us? They don't sponsor us anyway, so it's fine.
Right.
So
for me, food is the thing which makes my mood again back to normal. Because when I'm hungry,
he becomes a Karen when he's hungry.
Oh
no, man, not a Karen, but
but something close.
I will be like a hungry person. Seriously, I mean,
he becomes angry.
Hungry. Until I eat whatever I eat, then I'll be like, happy again.
If you try that with me, I'll lock you in a cage and then make sure you don't have to.
Right.
So yeah, gentlemen, when you go back home in the evening, make sure it has something a little more healthy. And hopefully it becomes a habit. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this. I know it's not a very interesting topic for a lot of people. It's not flashy, but it's the reality.
But it's very important.
It
is a very important thing to realize.
Eat healthy, try to be a little more active, exercise a little more. And I mean, your body is going to thank you for it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Tamam?
I'm good.
Watch, subscribe, click, share. What else are they supposed to do on YouTube?
That's all. Just
That's
watch
it.
it.
Thank you for seeing us. Oh, by the way, it's the end of the year. And we've been doing this for what? More than 2 months?
Yeah, October.
Thank you guys for sticking with us to the end. See you on the next one.